We begin tonight with Your Vote 2024. We are 4 days away from Michigan's August 6th primary. A hotly contested sheriff's race is taking shape in Tuscola County. Three Republicans face off in Tuesday's primary for the right to face the lone Democrat in November. One candidate is running as a constitutional sheriff. And Terry, you haven't been able to talk with that candidate.
No, Matt, I've tried and actually did speak face-to-face with Brandon Putman at last week's Tuscola County Fair, but he did not want to discuss his candidacy on camera. Now, Putman has his supporters, but he has his detractors, including companies who have sued Putman and his family's businesses and the people who try to serve them court documents.
But going through this has been hell.
Steve Schreiner owns Schreiner Mechanical, and his company did work on the Putman family home in Tuscola County. 6 years later, he is waiting to be paid.
They owe us over $60,000.
Schreiner says he has had conversations in the past about the unpaid bill with sheriff candidate Brandon Putman.
When are we going to get paid? And of course, Brandon, I talked to him about this, and I have voicemails from him, which were entered into the court in documentation that, everything's good and payment's on the way.
But to this day, Schreiner and his company have not been paid. Court documents indicate Schreiner is not alone. Those court papers claim another Putman family company owes McKesson Medical more than $212,000 for medical equipment inside the Putman Medical Building in Cairo. Thumb Cooling is owed nearly $9,000. And when process servers, people who deliver legal documents to defendants in court cases, approach the Putman property, they say the reception is not pleasant.
It's come down to the point now where if a clientele calls the office, I won't even take any jobs that pertain to the Putnams.
One process server who does not want to be identified says this is what happened when he tried to deliver court documents to the Putman family.
I've got some court papers I need to drop off to you. Nothing real major. I just got to drop them off. And he proceeded to curse me out and tried to have his dogs attack me.
He's not the only process server who has experienced the behavior. Court documents show in another attempt to collect a debt, a court officer claims Brandon's father, William, told her process server to get the blank off my property and don't come back. She wrote the defendant didn't stop his dogs from biting her process server. This happened in late June.
They have that feel and that persona that they are above the law.
Last month, the Putmans were due in court for a settlement conference for civil lawsuits filed by Dylan and Michael Ireland, who claim Brandon, his father, and his brother Billy assaulted them during this 2021 confrontation outside the Putman Medical Building, which was under construction at the time. The Putmans didn't show up in court, despite a court order to do so. Brandon Putman is running as a constitutional sheriff, a sheriff who's empowered to protect the public against laws and policies the sheriff believes are unconstitutional. He has no law enforcement experience.
My biggest worry is as a Tuscola County resident, is we need a sheriff that when we call 911, we have somebody that we are going to be able to depend on.
Now, Putman has two GOP opponents in the sheriff's race on Tuesday, longtime Tuscola County Sheriff's Department employees Ryan Robinson and Brian Harris.